Welcome to the Long War. I'm Rob Bear, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher, and returning is Stephen Four. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yo, Kenny, it looks like you're in a new Beats laboratory there. What's going on?
I'm in the transitional Beats laboratory,
AKA the homestead.
AKA my guest bedroom that I have taken over for this operation that my lady is very disappointed in. It's a little cramped on space, but I'm settling in just fine.
Yo, you're looking fresh. I would only expect that Steven Seagal could fit in anywhere.
Yeah, is that a ponytail?
That's my new heat right here.
Yep.
It's let me just put. I developed this technique when we were filming a rash of battle reports at the old Bates laboratory, and it was 84 degrees.
Oh my God, it was so hot.
At 10 p.m.
It was so hot.
Yeah. Church. Could only imagine. Like that's just so you know, that's what Robbie B keeps his place at all times. So
No.
not that.
No.
Not that hot,
Even Rob was getting a little hot in her.
When Rob like unbuckles his long sleeve shirt and rolls it up just a tad,
know,
everybody else is dripping with sweat. You know.
Yes, I had a whole week of that.
I was like, guys, I think I'm starting to feel something.
It's starting to feel warm in here.
It's like a little warm. You guys feel that?
Oh man, I miss you guys. I feel like I've only missed 1 week, but it feels like forever. So glad to be back at it.
I don't know if I'm ready to have you back yet. When you left, the hurt was so much. I don't know if I can go through that again.
Well, we can always replace him with Tim again. Aww.
But then I have to go through it with Tim.
That's true.
Like Tim left.
It's just too much. So we got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. There's another codex out. Like, what is going on? We got Dark Angels coming out. It's completely spoiled, so we'll definitely talk about that. Top 10 new Dark Angel jams. But first, I think we should talk a little about a friend of ours, Neil Gilstrap over at 11th Company, announced today that his podcast is going on hiatus, and you know that's it's sad times. Sad times.
Did he give any explanation why? Just family problems or anything like that?
He didn't elaborate. He just kind of said they were going on hiatus. You know, he had just moved to DC like a year ago or whatever. And
his life, he's probably just getting busy.
He also had to move. He's moved twice since he's been in DC already.
Really?
You know, he's moved from South Carolina to DC, then 2 different locations already. So
That's annoying.
Yeah. So I mean, he's got a lot going on, and what a great guy. What a stand-up, big name in the community.
Yeah.
Come back to us soon.
Yeah, pioneer with the podcast. Like, Robbie B, do you remember how many he said he left off with? Like, it was
223. He said.
That's clutch, and those are 3-hour longs.
Yeah.
2 hours. You know what I mean? So, great job, Neil, and can't wait to see you at some tournaments coming up.
Yeah,
hopefully
definitely.
he has time to play games if he can't. With all that free time from not podcasting anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, we all know how much time that takes up. But yeah, I mean, that was the first podcast I listened to, like back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, I guess.
Oh yeah, I was on there. I was following them from the beginning, and especially went through. I had to miss one of their tournaments, but it's one I always try to make because it's down here on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good guys. Well, we also have some really good guys in the queue tonight. Big want to shout out everybody famous. Amos in the house, Branton, Mr. Yates, Clay Cruz checking in, Zach, Mr. Powell, what's happening? Angelo, Steve Bruley, Mitch as always, dog. Oh, Lucas Sutherland checking in.
He got the technologies to work.
Yes, he did. And he called me. I was as I was talking to you guys, I was fixing his problems, his computers down here.
That's nice of you.
Juice is basically our technician. Like none of this would work without him.
That's right. I look at it, I'm what you call the gerbil whisperer. My electronics run on gerbils and hamster balls.
Yeah, you gotta change those out every like 8 hours, or else they get tired.
Exactly. No, what I do is what really happens is when Robbie B comes over, he brings a cat, and all of a sudden I have like high-speed internet. Everybody's moving faster when a cat's around. I
mean, like basically one of our biggest expenses on our annual expense report at the Long War is gerbils.
Yeah. We're losing gerbils and Robbie B's cats are getting bigger. We don't know what's happening.
It's an interesting situation for sure. Look, John Ridden's on the beach in Malibu. Man, he is all over the place. What a man about town.
Big shout out is Zach. Am I reading this right? Is he getting out of the hospital?
Zach Boyd, is he? That's great.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Hopefully, let us know that you get home safe and everything else. So that's awesome.
Good news.
Vatty Che checking in from Malibu.
Malibu.
Ooh.
I think that's where Tony Stark lives.
Have you ever seen Tony Stark in the same room as Fatty J?
I don't think I have. Unless
Same person.
Tony
Same
Stark.
person.
So we have Tony Stark and Steven Seagal join us tonight.
Yep.
Yes.
So Robbie B, I'm so
yes.
excited. I'm so excited to hear about these Dark Angels, man. Like, and before we get going too much further, man. Like, again, thanks everybody for the prayers and everything. It's been had another really rough 10 days with everything that's surrounding my father. So we didn't get all the news that we wanted to in Jacksonville. That's where I was last week in Jacksonville, the Mayo Clinic cancer facility there. What a top-notch, great facility they have. But basically, no matter where we go and who we talk to, all the doctors say, it's literally this cancer sucks dick, and it's horrible, and it kills people very fast. So with all that out of the way, but we're optimistic. We're still pushing forward. Got a lot of vacation plans with him coming up. Try to get everything we can. So just thank you, everybody, for the prayers. And just two big shouts out keeping up with that is Hit Point Hobbies is putting on a tournament, a fundraiser tournament, for all the proceeds and stuff like that will go towards my father. And that is going to be July 18th. At Hit Point Hobbies. Steve Brullier, hopefully you and the crew can come up. It's going to be the point limit is 1776. A little different. Actually, a group that I started about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. This was our inaugural tournament, and Hit Point Hobbies is keeping it going. So more details to come, and also GoFundMe account. Fight for Mike. If anybody has a chance to support, drop a comment, anything else, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think we link both of those on the Long War. And here, as I get time, I'll try to pop them up on the Facebook
Awesome.
today as well. I know they're there a couple days ago, but you know how Facebook is.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, we'll get that out there. So yeah, it would be cool to see everybody in July. So if you live close, try to make it.
Yeah, July will be a big month for us. We're going to go. I'm definitely making plans to go out there. I don't know if I'm going to play in the tournament, but I definitely plan to be out there to meet people, shake some hands. I think Rob's kind of in the same category. But then we're going right to the ATC right afterwards.
Yep. And that next week is ATCs. Gosh.
Yo, and big shout out to Shane, man. All of a sudden, I have to admit, we were all like about a month ago because people were in limbo. Maybe they didn't want to commit. They didn't like where the game was at. But, man, there was like, I think 22, 24 teams somewhere in that. And then all of a sudden now I see on Facebook like 3 spots left at a max of 50.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
It's going to be a solid turnout. So, I mean, if he sells out, you're talking it's 250 people.
Yeah, then that's
it's a
people
big
are getting
tournament.
on board with this thing, because he lifted the restrictions, which I think was not all the restrictions, but a majority of the restrictions. So I think that was a great deal. And now Dark Angels are legal, so we should probably start looking at them and get everybody on the fast track here. I actually have an article that's going up at 4 a.m. over on Swikey Bits. The top 10 changes to the Dark Angels. So here we go. We have basically it's a templated copy of the Space Marine book. So a lot of the stuff that's the same in Space Marine book, like all of the tactical squads and assault squads and devastator squads, base 14 points a model. The 3 predator squads get like that special. If you have 3 predators in the squad, they get monster hunter, tank hunter. So all that stuff is still pretty much the same.
Seems amazing that they got their own book if it's exactly the same so far.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I am glad that they've rolled because sometimes that's what hurts the Dark Angels is that they come out first and they don't get those rollovers.
Yep, they don't get the hot match.
That's true. Luckily they were not the bitch of the Space Marine Codex this time.
Yeah, for like the first time since like 3rd edition.
Yes.
It's so bad. So here we go. Number 10, Tech Marine is the same as Codex Space Marine. So plus
2 wounds
skill and 2
awesome.
wounds. Yep. They can also take a bite, but they do not have the Raven Wing special rule. Dark Angels, we talked about this. They're all 14 points base for tactical assault and devastators, just like the other Marines.
Big change.
The Lion's Roar, that special combi plasma gun that Azrael has, It isn't Azrael's anymore. You can take it as a relic, which is kind of neat. But Azrael still costs the same points, and now he just has a combi plasma. Don't know. Whatever. I guess.
Okay.
I got nothing. That's just.
Is he a Lord of War?
He is a Lord of War.
Is he the only Lord of War?
He is the only. He is the only Lord of War.
How many points is he?
215, I think.
Ooh, he might be sitting at the end of the table with Gabriel Seth.
He might be.
Is he an Eternal Warrior?
No, he's not Eternal Warrior.
He's not Eternal Warrior. But the cool thing about him is his 4-up invulnerable from the Lion Helm projects into vehicles. So like you put him in a Land Raider, the Land Raider gets a 4-up now.
Oh, that is.
Oh, and it's got specific wording for that?
Yes. Let's see. Oh, he gets +1 to seize the attack. So the Lion Helm is carried by the Relic Barrier. The Lion Helm confers a 4-up invulnerable to Azrael and all models in his unit and any vehicle he is embarked in.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they fixed the power field generator without having power field generator.
And the power field generator is gone. Yes, so I guess I need to add that to my list. I forgot about that.
That's on the list.
That is now on the list.
It's got to be in the top 3.
That is number X.
3.5.
We will put that on here as number X. So Deathwing Terminator's weapons are twin-linked when they teleport into battle. So kind of like
they had that. They already had that before.
Yeah. Well, I think they had that if they Deathwing Assault. Now, if they just teleport in, they get it.
So are you telling me they lost Deathwing Assault?
That's a problem. So Deathwing Assault is gone. However, you can get Deathwing Assault if you take a formation that's incredibly overpointed, but you also get to do it on turn. You get to say what turn 2, 3, or 4 they come in.
So Deathwing Assault but they come in with no roll.
Yes.
So you just can't do it on turn 1. It's honestly not that big of a change if you really break it down. Like they get their twin linked where they deep strike in any turn they want, just not turn 1.
Right.
Yeah, and then remember the big thing about the Dark Angels is some of the reason why you didn't want to do it is if they are shooting those weapons, they don't have the Storm Shield. So they actually, if you come in on turn 1, you don't have that longevity staying power against grab.
And you don't get the run, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden now you can take this unit that is hopefully a true choice potentially down the road.
Let me ask you something. Can they run and shoot now?
That particular formation, they basically get battle focus.
So that's actually interesting, Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
if you deep strike in your cluster, you can twin link your guns and shoot, and then run and not be bunched up for templates.
Yeah. And then also you can come in on turn 4, so now you can deep strike, shoot, and then run towards an objective.
Oh, that's yeah. I mean, I think I would definitely take one squad and do that just to come in on turn 4 with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. To be honest, and I don't even need them to have storm shields. Like literally, you're talking turn 4 of the game. Like if you have
live on this objective.
Yeah. Like what am I going to get shot with? Like what am I have to make a couple invulnerable saves? Having 1 or 5 left, it doesn't matter. So that ability, that makes regular shooting Terminators viable.
Especially since with the point reduction they took.
Yeah, now they're all the 200-point standard, just like their cousins Space Ranked. So that's pretty decent, to be honest. Like that's a solid change, to be honest.
And we all know every Dark Angels player out there has anywhere between 10 and 15 regular shooting Stormbolter Terminators because they're
because they come in everything.
Yeah, so now they're viable. I 100% think depending on what the rest of your list look like, I have a squad of 5 in there.
Yeah, isn't a squad of 5 Buster Terminators just 175 now?
No, I think it's 200.
No, man, the Storm Shields run up to 10 points. So they're exactly the same points.
A squad of 5 Lightning Claws is 175 points in the Space Marine book. So 200 was Storm Shields.
225 was Storm Shields.
Deathwing Terminator squad is 200.
So they're not the same points as the Space Marine Codex.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're still 225 with 5 Storm Shields in the Space Marine Codex, but Storm Shields are at the 10 points. So it's literally the only point reduction you get is if you take them without Storm Shields.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're telling me though is a squad of Deathwing Terminators, which is Stormbolters, is 200 points. So you're paying 25 points or whatever for that right to pick the turn you drop in on.
Well, you're paying. Well, no. This is just the base Terminators. You don't even get that unless you take them in the formation. You do get the Deathwing special rule, the Grim Resolve special rule, and the Split Fire special rule.
So what's Deathwing special rule?
All right, well, let's take a look at it.
Is it still fearless?
Grim Resolve is something new. I think they finally made it not stubborn. I think they made it better.
Oh, cool.
Deathwing is a model with this special role, has Fearless and Hatred Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah.
God, I hate Fearless.
That's what I.
What's Grim Resolve?
They are stubborn, and unless they're jinking, they have ballistic skill 2 when firing Overwatch.
So that's interesting. So I'm glad they did that because I was about to say Grim Resolve is the stupidest thing you can ever get to a Space Marine. Because like Space Marines, like they have this thing where they can fall out of combat and be perfectly fine. Fearless is also stupid. I hate Fearless on Ammunition Unknown Fear. So I'm really disappointed with the Fearless because it's not good actually in this format. It means they can't go to ground. It means they can never leave combat. But I do like the Overwatch and Ballistic Skill 2. I think that's a really fun little buff.
It's a free buff that we always talk about, like, you know, what would that actually point cost? What would you pay for that? And with it being free, it's just a bonus to make you want to take them.
My big problem though is like they're charging me 25 points for Fearless, and I would like keep Fearless, you know.
But they also come with in the formation. Don't they come with you said Splitfire?
The Splitfire is just a special rule they come with.
They get a standard, so you can shoot all your bolters here and your one special weapon there.
Yeah, assault cannon or something.
So the formation is basically how you play a Deathwing army, right?
Yeah, basically. Assuming you have something else in there, because I guess you technically lose turn 1 if you take that.
Well,
because you would have nothing. So are they true choices? Are they objective secured?
They are elites, but I think in that formation, nope, you get nothing.
Never mind.
What you're telling me is that the Terminator, all Terminator armor doesn't seem to be improved very much. But what about the all bike army?
Now, see, that's an interesting thing. Okay, so you got the Ravenwing Strike, and these are detachments. These aren't the formations. So you got the Deathwing Strike Force, which we basically talked about there. Actually, no, we talked about the formation, which is completely different. There's 2 different detachments. So what we just talked about was the Deathwing Redemption Force, where it's basically 1 HQ and 2 to 5 Terminators, and then support from there. And they get to come in on that using that Deathwing Assault 2, 3, 4. Then there's a couple of different Ravenwing formations and detachments. So there's the Ravenwing Attack Squadron, which is 1 squadron and 1 attack bike, or 1 unit of land speeders and 1 land speeder vengeance. And all this does is basically it lets you bring in the Deathwing to not scatter off them within 12 inches. And then the formation, they get +1 ballistic skill when shooting at the same target that a land speeder shoots at. It's not very strong, to be honest. They do get scout though, which is kind of clutch.
You need scout. I mean, you need scout. They had that anyway.
That's a bare minimum considering.
They have that already. So I guess the land speeders get the scout. That's weird. So the Ravenwing Command Squad has scout, and the Ravenwing Bikers have scout already.
Rob, why am I looking at the top of your head?
Because I'm reading and talking.
Read like a grown-up.
All right, so we've got the 2 different detachments, which are the Deathwing Strike Force and the Ravenwing Strike Force. And the Deathwing Strike Force lets you take 3 HQs and up to 12 elites. So obviously they want you to take.
That is literally my favorite thing I've ever heard.
So they want you to take a lot of termies, I feel like. But remember, the commands for all this stuff are now elites too. They're no longer HQ slots, so that's kind of good. Summon to War. The units in this detachment must begin the game in Deep Strike Reserve. If your army includes a Ravenwing Attack Squadron or the Ravenwing Strike Force, see opposite, you can choose to automatically pass or fail reserve rolls to bring this detachment in.
Yeah, I love that.
If this detachment is your primary detachment, you can reroll the result when rolling on the Warlord's trait table. Okay, kind of cool. Take the fight to the enemy. The units in this detachment can either shoot then run, or run then shoot. In the shooting phase, they arrive by deep strike. So basically, they get a 1-turn battle focus.
Yeah.
Kind of very similar to that other formation there. And then opposite that is the Ravenwing Strike Force, which is a little weird because all units in this detachment must have the Ravenwing special rule, which is fine. Same thing for Deathwing. But Deathwing is a lot easier to have because all your special characters just about have, or all your HQ choices just about have Deathwing. Your Grandmasters have Deathwing. They cannot take bikes. They cannot have a Ravenwing special rule, which is an important to remember. I feel like a little bit.
Yeah, that was how it was in the Dark Angel Codex too. I was furious that you couldn't take a master on bike. You could only take him on jump pack.
Correct. You can't do that in this either. You can take a chaplain. You can take a tech marine, but they do not have.
But they're not Raven Wing.
Right.
So how many? So basically, you just Samael, and that's it.
And that's what's kind of weird about this, because it's compulsory as 1 HQ 2 fast attack, which is fine because Samael. But then it's optional or 2 more HQs, and I'm like, well, there isn't any other HQs that have the Raven Wing special rule, so I'm confused there. But you can get 1 more elite, 10 fast attack, and 3 heavy. So obviously,
what kind of bonuses do the bikes get?
Now you're gonna like this. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. So first off, if this detachment is your primary detachment, you can re-roll a result when rolling on the Warlord traits table. Okay, fine, cool. Speed of the Raven. During your first turn or your second turn, if the units were in this detachment were placed in reserve, any units from this detachment that turbo boost or move flat out count as jinking until your next turn. However, units from this detachment that do so can still fire their guns normally in your next turn, and they do not have to fire snapshots.
Okay. I like that.
Okay, that seems good.
I feel like that makes up for the skilled rider that they haven't had for the last 2 editions.
So they actually have skilled rider now.
But what I'm saying is that they're this skilled of a rider that they can auto jink, on the turn 1 and still shoot their weapons.
Is there something else though? Don't they get some other kinds of bonus?
Ravenwing Black Knights, which are fast attack now, have skilled rider. Just FYIs. All right. Anyways, strike is 1. All of the units in this detachment must either be placed in reserve or deployed as normal. If placed in reserve, all units in this detachment automatically arrive at the start of your second turn. So kind of like the Ravenwing one. So it gives you some flexibility there. And remember, you still get those bonuses regardless if you start on the board or not.
Yep.
Now, I believe Skilled Rider gives you +1 to your Jink, right?
Correct.
So I feel like these guys can Jink and still shoot their plasma at full ballistic skills.
So they have the whole army exists in a 3+ Jink state when it comes in.
Toughness 5, 3+ Jink state. They can be augmented by psychic powers or stealth.
What's all this? What's all this? I hear about re-rolling the Jink save though online.
I have not come across that yet. So if anybody happens to know what that one is.
Oh, is that just a rumor that's floating around that they can re-roll their Jink saves?
I'm not saying I've completely studied this whole book yet, but I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I'm leaning at the edge of my seat like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been blowing it up all week saying that like you can re-roll Jink saves, all this stuff. I don't know. I don't have the book, so anyone who's watching tonight, if you guys have your own gangster copy of the book and you know where it says you can do that, let us know.
Yo, please. Yep, I want to hit up Zach real quick. I'm sorry. He wants to know, do you guys think that an FAQ will come down the tubes from GW for the Space Wolves? Mini weapons, taking grab. I mean, we have the Hellfrost, but it'd be nice to have some grab love in there as well.
No, I don't think they're going to get. I don't think that they're going to update the Space Wolves to do that. The Space Wolves, they do their own thing, and they don't care about grab.
Same with Blood Angels. Like Blood Angels aren't exactly on par anymore with anything, and it's they could use a little bit of an update, but who knows?
Blood Angels. Everyone knows that all Blood Angels are for is a secondary priest.
Yeah. This is actually something that Lucas and I talk about all the time. It's like, man, I really think GW missed the bar on spreading out that frost weapons, breaking them down to frost pistols, frost guns, just like grab itself.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Give us some salvo, give us some blasts. Yeah. Heavy grab cannon for a squad, heavy support choice. Oh my God, how awesome would it be if a long fang squad could take heavy grab cannons?
Yeah, or heavy frost.
Heavy frost cannons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very fresh, like combi frost just thrown in there. Like take a toughness test, dog, or a strength check.
I'm with that.
Yeah, that would be some good stuff there. So let's see, where were we on the
top 10 list?
Top 10. Oh, so Tactical and Devastator Marines can get the heavy grav. You're just talking about that, just like their cousins. Same points, 35 for the heavy grav. So it's situational. Now this one's pretty cool.
Do they have their own demi company?
They do actually.
So they can take free transports.
Yep, they can do the Green Tide. They can take their free transports and all that. Depending on how you pimp out your Decurion formation there. Vehicle. So the Dark Shot Speeder. Enemies cannot overwatch units within 6 inches of the Dark Shot Speeder if you're charging in. That's kind of important. I feel like there's a little bit of room.
Like an area of effect Dirge Caster.
Yeah, basically. We hadn't seen that before, to be honest.
What else you got, man?
Yeah. So real quick, Robbie B, I'm sorry. Famous Amos is actually hitting up talking about a couple weeks ago we were on here all saying how Dark Angels, we wanted to have some different rules, some AKA from some fluff stuff, and everything that we just talked about. Famous Amos sums it up with one word: boom. You know, like, I completely agree. I love the new rule set so far and some of the stuff that they've done compared to the previous book.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's immediately better.
Yeah.
I would love to see these reroll and jinx saves though, but I'm okay with like a 3+ jinx save and still be able to shoot on turn 1. I think that's it seems like playing a Ravenwing army got much more playable, but you're still gonna have the problem. You can still encounter the same problems you've always encountered though. I mean, you don't have to shoot firebackers. Yeah, ignore cover, no problem. Yeah. But like, I mean, you don't have to shoot 5 bucks to kill him. There's a lot of other ways to kill him, So, still good, better, improvement. Love to see this reroll jinx save, but otherwise, happy so far. A little disappointed so far at the same time.
So, I was just reading that. All right, so Fast Attack have our draw pods, just like Space Marines, just like Blood Angels and all them. So that's kind of cool. They have a new psychic chart called Interomancy.
Oh yeah, tell me about this.
Ooh.
Yes. So Interomancy is pretty cool. The Primaris is Mindworm, which was, I guess, restricted to Ezekiel last time. It's pretty decent.
Please tell me it's not a heavy one.
It's an assault one.
Thank God.
There it is. It's many miracles.
So if a model suffers any unsaved wounds from Mindworm, its weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative, and leadership are reduced by 3 to a minimum of 1 for the rest of the battle. Boom.
Rest of the game?
Just the rest of the game. Now there's another one in here.
So
it's called
concussed.
Right. So there's another one in here called Mind Wipe, which is Warp Charge 3, which is basically the same thing that targets a unit, and it reduces it by 1. And if they have to pass a leadership, and if they fail their leadership, it's permanent too. So if you can get off of Warp Charge 3, you can keep reducing it. And remember, when any of these characteristics hit 0, they're dead.
Really? Is that a real rule?
Yeah. Whenever one of your characteristics becomes 0, the model is dead.
Yeah, most of the ones
these ones don't say to a minimum like every other.
Minimum. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is they stop that because there's only very few things that could make you do that. Most of them right off the minimum rule. So.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, you're reducing stuff by 3 with a Mindworm, and then if you have a way to make them fail this leadership test.
What's the AP of a Mindworm?
It is AP2, strength 6.
One shot.
Ignores cover. Yep.
Ooh.
Ignores cover is clutch. That's awesome. Some of that built-in ignore cover is awesome.
That's pretty good against some of these. Sling that at a D-Thirster, sling that at a Demon Prince, at a Wraith Knight. You get lucky at a Wraith Knight, I guess. Do you have any? Do they have any rag grenade launchers anymore in their codex?
No, those are gone.
So that's a big change. That's because that was one of my favorite things.
Seed of Fear. Seed of Fear is a malediction that targets all enemy units within 9 inches. While the power is in effect, all target units may take morale check as well as ping and fear tests on 3d6.
What, you mean all units within 9 inches?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's like a Nova malediction.
That is like the old Fear of the Darkness shenanigans.
Yeah, that's that one. Kenny, you like pulling out sometimes where it's like, yo, you want to do something? Take a check.
Yeah.
You want to do something?
Dominate.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so clutch. And so you basically can drop pod this guy in turn 1 in some Tau guy's backfield and be like, all you fucks, take 3d6 leadership checks right now.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
The next one is Aversion. It's Warp Charge 1. It's a malediction that targets a single unit within 24. The target can only fire snapshots. Kind of decent.
Also a good one. Also, fucking love that one. Oh my god, I would also use it on stupid Tau.
now we're getting into the serious.
Is that also? Is that a? Did you say that's a leadership check on 3d6?
No, not that one.
This
It's
one just
target.
says, "You fools are snap firing only." This is a malediction.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, yo, that could be massively clutch. Like something if you get that, like with Centurions coming up with.
Dog, I mean, fly rate. I mean, any malediction is amazing against like things that fly because you don't need to roll to hit.
Yeah.
Like almost, I mean, literally, this says one of your flying high tyrants, just to use an example, just doesn't get to play.
Yeah, yeah, not for sure.
No Centurions. That's Centurion.
1,000-point unit.
Yeah, better deny the witch, or else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'm just I'm sorry, but my mind is just spitballing here. Like, I love the concept of like dropping in against Tau, but you know, what about a lot of guys who run in the new, not Skatari models, the new
With Cataphrons?
the Cataphrons and stuff like that. They don't have great leadership. Drop in the
Nope.
backfield, all of a sudden take a bunch of stuff, and then now one whole you know massive fatty units, all that grab snap shooting.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that could get pretty brutal for sure.
I think it's a
So
very
those-
flavorful Psychic Shark. Do they get access to level 3 Psychers, or just level 2 Psychers?
I think it's just level 2.
Is Ezekiel level 3?
I doubt it. Let me check. He might be. He's usually a pretty pimp. So those were just the Warp Charge 2 ones, or those were just the Warp Charge 1. So let's take a look at the Warp Charge 2 ones because I imagine they're gonna be pretty good. So we got, before I check Ezekiel, so we got Maelstrom of Misery. It's Warp Charge 2. It's a Witchfire with the following profile: Strength 1, AP 2, Assault 1, Blast. So it's a blast, range 24, Strength 1, but all hits caused by this power always wound on a 4-up, and it has no effect on vehicles or buildings. So the
classic shitty one in the middle of the chart.
Yeah.
it's okay.
Classic awful.
Yep. Not even thinking about doing because it's a Warp Charge 2.
Yeah, I'm literally not going to give myself fair.
I thought you were like, oh, it's gonna have shred, instant death on the roll.
Cusses on model state or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's pretty good. So, Trepidation is a focused Witchfire power with a range of 18. The affected model must roll 2d6 plus 2 and subtract their leadership. That model suffers a number of wounds equal to the result. The armor and cover saves cannot be taken.
That's a good one.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, hold your seat. Sean Brown is in the house. Thank you very much. He said he just got done dropping off a Warhound Titan commission that he did. And also, thanks for chiming in right away saying Ezekiel is level 3. If anybody will know Psychers in that Dark Angels book, that's my boy Sean Brown.
Does Sean Brown, does he get to keep his any of his special abilities? Does he generate new powers? Does he come pre-stock with powers? Does he get to reroll psychic checks? What's his deal now? Sean Brown, answer me right now.
Yeah. Why are you not on audio? Anyway, still get back to us there. So, number 6, Mind Wipe. That's what we were talking about already, that you can do the neg-1 to those characteristic tests for Warp Charge 3.
What's the one called where you make everyone with a 9 inches take the 3d6 leadership chest?
Shield of Fear.
That's the best one.
Seed of Fear.
Yeah, that's the best one. That one is amazing for an Alpha Strike. Like, combine this with like all your Ravenwing bikers coming in with all the jinx saves and stuff. Yo, literally, if you can get 2 of these and 2 separate drop pods, even one, it doesn't matter. Literally, if you can get two Dark Angel Librarians and they both can get this power, and you come in a drop pod and just make them 2 separate units and just say, all you hobos take 3d6 leadership check, and then all you hobosexuals take your own leadership check, you know. Word. Turns out 3d6, it only takes a little bit of math to make it be an 11, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we have
really bad.
Sean Brown says note to that thing you just said, Kenny. Does he get anything extra? Blah, 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 blah. Big old note to all of it. So that kind of sucks. But Angelo is coming in saying Ravenwing special rule lets you re-roll failed cover saves when jinking.
Well, let's take a look at that.
Oh, Sam.
I mean,
models with this special rule can re-roll failed cover saves when in jinx. Correct.
Word, Rob. You're amazing.
Yeah.
So, Ravenwing bikers, if you can't ignore cover, don't even bother shooting at them.
Yeah.
And do all Ravenwing bikers have a skilled rider or just the Black Knights?
I believe all of them do.
So yeah, I mean, literally, there's no reason that you don't even worry about it. Like 3 up with a reroll, that's fine. That's good math.
Yeah, that is good
really
math
good
right
math.
there.
And especially being able to put down the firepower. on top of it. Like, ooh.
Raven Command Squad has it. Raven Bikers have it.
Oh yes. I'm very happy with this.
The Black Knights.
That plus Shield of Fear. I'm really happy with those combos. I don't even have to put them in a drop pod. I'll just be happy putting them on bikes, sneaking up with my Ravenwing Bikers.
Yeah, no doubt.
Isn't there one where you can take 3 HQs and 1 billion elites too?
What, for Deathwing?
Yeah, I mean, I would take 3 Librarians and Terminator Armor as my HQs.
Yep, there you go. It's good to go. So let's talk for a minute about the Decurion in here. It's called the Lion's Blade, I think. Yeah, Lion's Blade Strike Force. Kind of like the Gladius Strike Force, but the Lion.
Is it the same exact thing? 2 demi battle companies?
Yeah, it's not exactly the same. Some of the core and the auxiliaries aren't quite the same, but yeah.
I imagine it doesn't have nearly as many auxiliaries to pick from.
No, it sure doesn't. But the command benefit is if a Lion's Blade Strike Force includes 2 battle demi companies, one including a company master and the other including a chaplain, then together they form a battle company. Any unit in the battle company that has the option to take a Rhino, Razorback, or Drop Pod may take one at no additional points cost. And then also Supreme Fire Discipline, unless jinking, all models in this formation that have the Grim Resolve special rule fire Overwatch using a normal ballistic skill characteristic. So.
Oh, word. Yeah. That is great.
So you can get it
all Overwatch game. Full BS.
Yep. You can get it the whole game for some of these, for the Ravenwing Support Squad, the Ravenwing Silent Squad, you know, the Attack Squadron.
Yo, that's awesome.
Yo, these Black Talons are looking more with their plasmas, like they're looking more and more versatile left and right. Like being able to full watch ballistic skill, you know, Overwatch, having reroll cover saves, being able to reroll cover saves and then shoot your weapons at full ballistic skill. Like you're literally, it's one of those case in points. Turn 1, you shoot. Turn 2, they charge you. You shoot full ballistic skill again. So you could really, honestly, have to go through 2 full rounds, no matter what, you know, to get through these guys. So that's
I mean, that's a true story, man. That's amazing. I mean, that's I love the Gladius Strike Force. It's one of the best things that's ever come out of the Space Marine Codex, and now that the Dark Angels get one with this rule, very happy to see that.
But they don't have a Librarius Conclave. It's like the Marines stole it from them and won't give it back.
Yeah, so that's actually
my Librarius Conclave would be so abusive with Terramancy.
Yeah, that's actually what Amos had. I was getting ready to hit everybody with. Was he wanted to know if there was still Psyker Combat?
No, that's the negative. Funny because they invented it. Space Marines took it back. Never gave it to them.
Yo, Calgar says y'all can't have that if I can't.
No.
Turns out he gets what he wants. So
that's why we can't have nice things.
It's true.
Robbie B, if you'll just take 2 seconds, Sean Brown says that you need to reread Mind Wipe.
Oh, did I say it wrong?
I don't know. Let's see. He actually just posted. I'm looking it up right now. Mind Wipe, Warp Charge 3, Malediction, 24 inch range. The target is reduced to weapon skill, skill 1 until the end of the next turn. Then they have to take a leadership test, which if fails, it becomes permanent.
I feel like Rob may have said that, but he said it in a way that was not that coherent.
Oh, gotcha.
I was paraphrasing.
So it is not just negative weapon skill, ballistic skill 1 for the rest of the game. It's 1 for a turn, and then if they fail a leadership check, it's for the rest of the turn. Okay, I mean that's still pretty fresh.
No, it's solid. Like I mean, to be able to try to knock them down even more after you hit them with the Mind Worm.
Okay, so this comes up because we actually had this before with the Tau book, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe no, Eldar book. Are the other formations and everything else before? Is everything still legal when a new book comes out?
Well, I want to say that the Librarius Conclave for Dark Angels was like some sort of
apocalypse formation. Yeah, I don't know how many. So I guess the Cypher data slate, that's real. That's right. That still exists.
Yeah, I guess that still exists.
So like I knew it came up with when Eldar came out as like did the Wraithguard data slate formation, all that stuff.
I don't think Dark Angels have anything. That's almost.
Well, Sean is saying that they still have the Librarius Conclave, the Librarian.
Yeah, and it's Apocalypse, so like whatever Apocalypse game you're playing, it has that book still. I mean.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Apocalypse is in its own worlds.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Apocalypse Battle Report coming soon to the Long War.
Ooh. I would say spoiler alert, but everybody's seen that spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
That was a brutal game. 12 hours. And that was just a playtime. It took a day to set it up and a day to pick it all up.
Yep. It was easily, 20 hours of work just to have the game happen, and design our filming process to not disrupt the flow of the game.
I like the best part was we had helpers to just like move the models for the two guys.
Yeah, we had EJ versus Horton, so we had like a proxy Horton on EJ's side of the table and a proxy EJ on Horton's side of the table, so they can resolve a little micro instances together without the big decision making.
Love it.
It went smooth. I mean, that was everything. That was like the coolest game of Apocalypse I've ever been a part of, because normally you play them in the stores and it's like a little bit unorganized.
It's unorganized. Everyone's trying to do three people free for all.
Yeah. All hell breaks loose.
Yeah, literally, and everyone's trying to win. So the number one rule, honestly, is you just gotta like forge a narrative. You gotta go in there and you gotta talk it out and decide kind of how you want the game to go, and do your best to get the result you're looking for, and so you can still kind of maintain a little bit of surprise at the end for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like too, like everybody always wants to kill the biggest stuff. If you put like a Titan out, people are gonna be like, I want to try to kill that Titan. Like, there's a mission. Well, I want to kill the Titan. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Tunnel vision. Or furthermore, it's like, what can I kill with the most amount of thing with this blast template? It doesn't matter if they're not part of something. Just remove the models. So Sean Brown is coming back and keeping us honest when it comes to the Dark Angels. He's saying the Conclave is not an APOC. It came out with the calendar list, the Advent calendar. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
Well, until further notice, I guess it's legal.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be as long as it says Dark Angels. I gotta go find that now. I'll find that after the show. I gotta.
It's just the rules, pimping.
Yep, and then Lucas has a question. Is there any special rules with for them using plasma? Because it's always been their jam.
Oh yeah, actually, it's all plasma and Norse cover, and it's twin links.
Seems fair and balanced.
It's not true. I just made that shit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it into mine.
Don't make shit up. Sean Brown will get you.
And I'm gonna initial it Kenny, and when I mean initial it, I'm gonna draw a penis next to it.
Yep.
So everybody knows.
I can't tell you, if they just done what I said, how much better this codex would be. If you just taken the exact Space Marine Codex and had their chapter tag, it could literally be all plasma, Norse cover, and twin links.
Yeah, they are the masters of plasma, but they don't have like.
Imagine taking like Devastator squads with the Annihilation Strike Force with plasma cannons that are relentless that are twin linked and ignore cover.
Monster Hunter.
Get out of here! So disappointed. Red Wing bike units that reroll cover, Jinx saves is great. But I don't play an army that gives a shit about that.
Yeah, and so to be honest, and that's to be honest. Thank you, Kenny, for putting it in perspective. It's like, yeah, we're talking it up and it's good, but if they're doing that in Raven Wing, just playing Raven Wing bike squads, don't have the offensive output that the Black Talon Knight guys do with all their plasma. So it's like literally they're durable for a turn, and then you're still just stuck with.
Still being able to reroll your Jinx saves with Skilled Rider all the time. Literally, you can't shoot these guys very effectively.
Without ignore cover. Yeah.
Obviously, a 3-up rerollable, that's amazing. And, I love that. And so, obviously, it's a pretty decent delivery system, too, for, or potentially even, a Super Friends unit. You can make a Death Star around this by getting one guy in there, which, if you give the unit any other bonus, possibly to plus the cover save, It gets real. You can make them have a 2+ rerollable for shooting, and you can put a bunch of awesome characters in there, have it be an amazing delivery system. But you're just making a Death Star that crushes people exactly like every Death Star can do. The Death Star that's the strongest in close combat wins, not the one that's strongest in shooting. So those cover saves don't mean anything in close combat.
No, they definitely don't. So be careful with that.
They don't mean anything to Helldrakes either. So I will immediately be playing 3 Helldrakes again.
You heard it first.
Army.
Eyes of the Helldrakes.
Look at my 35 Raven Wing bikers that have 3-up rerollable Jinx saves. Oh,
2 Helldrakes. GG.
They can't even get me.
Man, I love where Mr. Powell is in the evening right now. Kenny, Robbie B, let me know what you guys think about this. It kind of goes back to Kenny saying of quantity is its own quality, but not referring to Apocalypse game where it isn't possible. Isn't just going balls out literally killing stuff, old school fourth. In my mind, whenever I'm reading this, all I hear is like old school. I'm building a list, 4th edition style to table you. Isn't that in its own right a strategy?
Yes.
You know, like you can't win the game if all your models are dead. You know, your opponent's models are dead. Blood for the blood god, right? So yes, I'm completely with that. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I mean, I love that style. It's harder and harder to do. Missions are very dynamic, and it's a tactic that will typically not get you as far as more traditional tactics. But I embrace that tactic, and I love it.
No doubt. That is definitely the way of chaos, for sure.
Robbie B, did we finish up the top 10, or do we have any more on the list?
Yeah, we definitely we hit up the top 10. I think we hit some of the special rules there. We talked about the detachments, so we can go over some of the formations that we didn't talk about.
Okay.
So
Let's real quick. Let's talk about before we jump into that our newest development over at the longwar.net.
Ooh, what's happening at the longwar.net? Tell me.
More value. The Hall of Veteran has a new promotion going on, which is not a temporary thing. It's permanent. Promotion. All veterans of the Long War get a promotion code on the homepage that gives them access to an additional 6% off the already low prices, and oftentimes 20% off already at dicehead.com. I mean, you go there and like their GW stuff is already 20% off, and you put this code in, now you're getting 26% off.
Well, in GW you gotta call them or whatever. But
yeah, I mean, obviously you got to follow the protocol. You can't be adding things to cart. You got to be doing the mail order. You're no stranger to that if you're trying to get big discounts on GW, but they have other things that's not GW. Needless to say, 26% off is nothing to scoff at. That is real discounts. That's real savings. And it's just one more way we're trying to bring hobby back and try to give value to the Hall of Veterans. So don't forget, sign up free today, 7 days. We don't even and I'll even tell you this. We don't even tell you that you can't look at the promo code during your free trial. And you can even decide that you don't like what we're offering, and I'm not telling you that you can't use that promo. But that code will get changed on a semi-regular basis, but we're not trying to be all stingy with it. We're trying to help everyone. This hobby is about coming together as a community, not holding back.
Yep, no doubt. And some more Long War news, too. We got a giveaway that's going to start tomorrow around 10 or 12 o'clock noon-ish Eastern Standard. I forget exactly. If you guys are familiar with our last giveaway, this one's actually going to be kind of cooler. We got this really sweet framed artist print of the Primarchs at Althanar, if you're familiar with the fluff at all. Hopefully everybody can see it there.
Nobody can see that.
Nobody can see it. That's pretty awesome. It's Horus talking to Fulgrim, and then you got Dorn and Khan and Magnus, and who else is in here? So you got Magnus, Dorn, Ferris. You got everybody up in here.
Would that be considered like the Last Supper for the 41st millennium?
Basically,
yes.
It looks like it. Yeah, there's a lot of true G's of the 40K universe up in there. So we're gonna give that away. I guess the contest is gonna last about 2 weeks. So it's a free giveaway. So there's all sorts of instructions like how to sign up and get your entries in there. It'll be live.
Yeah, that first promotion we did for the Gleam giveaway was very successful. We give out 10 prize packs. We are very excited for the people, because it's a give and take thing, but it's mutual. We give you stuff, you take the things from us, but what you give us is you give us more exposure. You help us trend the hashtags. You really help spread and bringing hobby back. It is very important. So don't ever forget to use the bringing hobby back hashtag. Don't forget to share the post you guys see. It matters, and we have a noticeable improvement on all our metrics. And I also want to thank everyone for listening to the podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, it's only been 5 episodes now, and it's going
lots of downloads, and that is great news. That is helping more than you guys could possibly know.
Oh yeah, it's been great. It's really good to share the hobby with so many people on so many different levels, in so many different places, commuting, at home, whatever. So it's great. It's been a great time.
Absolutely a blast.
Hit these formations.
Sure.
Okay. So we talked about the couple Ravenwing ones and the 2 detachments. So then next up is the Ravenwing Silent Squadron, which is similar to that the one with the Storm Raven and the 2 Storm Talons. This is one Nephilim jet fighter, or excuse me, 2 Nephilims, and 1 Dark Talon. And what
Please tell me, what does a Nephilim jet fighter do now?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
AP3 on their bolster?
I don't know.
I will literally strangle a
Somebody.
homeless person
Somebody.
if it's not
I
a.
know there's the stasis bomb's a little bit different, and it's only one use only. Let's see. So Nephilim is you can choose to treat any weapon destroyed results as immobilized. I think it did that last time. It's got missile lock, strafing run, Raven Wing special rule.
Just tell me what the Avenger Mega Bolter is.
It's just the Avenger Mega Bolter profile.
Still AP4?
Actually not sure.
That's that basically, you make that thing AP3 and it's a real vehicle.
Yeah. Until then,
it's Buster. It is, yeah, it's AP4.
I mean, obviously it went down to 110 points though, right?
How about 100? What's 170?
Oh my god.
so it's buy one, get 2 Annihilation Barges for free.
Oh my god. Let me just put that in perspective. The Storm Talon went down to 115 points with its Skyhammer missiles. So you got a twin-linked assault cannon, Skyhammer missile system. So that means you get, and I always take them in the formation. Yeah, the Stormwing formation, so they have strafing one, right? So you have a 200-point Storm Maven, 2 115-point Storm Talons. The Storm Talons have 3 shots, strength 7, 4 shots, twin-linked, strength 6, rending, and they hit on 2s. They have 2 hull points, they have Melta armor, and they get +1 Jinx save when they hover for 115 points. That seems way better.
Yeah, from what Robbie B just told us, this 170 points is not as good.
Not as good.
Less better.
Less better, for sure. Very disappointed with it. Coolest flyer in the game, in my opinion. Looks-wise, continues to be a massive source of disappointment for me.
The other formation, the Hammer of Caliban, which is similar to the Armored Strike Force for Space Marines, where they could take the squadrons of vehicles and then also Tech Marine. It's similar to that. It grants the special rules Monster Hunter and Tank Hunter. And the Tech Marine must begin the game embarked on one of the Land Raiders. So the formation consists of 1 unit from the following list: a Land Raider, Land Raider Crusader, a Land Raider Redeemer, and then a squadron of 3 Predators, 3 Whirlwinds, or 3 Vindicators, right? So he has to start on one of the Land Raiders, and he upgrades his weapons to Ballistic Skill 5, which is nice.
I like that for maybe some. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't suck.
Then they all the vehicles in formation must be squadron, and they count as 2 victory points when you kill all of them. So
you mean like you tell me like 1 Land Raider and 3 Predators is 1 squad?
No, like the 3 Predators counts as 1 squadron, and then the Land Raider, if you take multiples, well, I guess you can't because it's 1 unit. So
you said didn't you just say all vehicles?
Oh yeah, all vehicles. Yeah. Wow, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, they form a squadron.
So I want to ask you a question. How does a squadron work with 2 different armor values?
That's a good question. They've never done that before.
So I mean, because if it's armor by armor, I would love to put that Land Raider out front.
Yep.
And have those little Predators, and so like I don't care about that 2 kill points thing. So you have to kill a Land Raider and 3 Predators to get 2 kill points. Word.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean if these guys can have Solidifier, if they can have Shai the Power Machine Spirit there, like you can throw Ezekiel in there, Azrael, and now guys are getting his inroad save.
Yeah, in Land Raider, yeah, could have a 4.
But I have the suspicion it's going to be majority armor value because like how else would you roll it? You don't like fly a Hive Tyrant to the back, get 10 hits, and then literally roll each penetration result out separately. Like you don't say like I got 10 hits, I'm on armor 10 now.
It goes by majority because that's.
You don't say like this one was a glance on 10, this one was a glance on 10. Oh, got that one. This one's 11. No, you literally like you find the facing, the armor value you're in, right, and then you go. So I think it would have to be majority. So that Land Raider can get jacked.
I do not think there is any terminology on how that.
Yeah, you can end up putting like 10 whole points on the Land Raider by hitting armor 10 on the back with the Hive Tyrant.
By in the rear.
Literally,
but at the
2
same
Hive Tyrants can get rid of that unit.
Yeah, but I guess at the same time, could it be looked at as the other way that you have to kill 1 vehicle before you move on?
Oh, here we go. So check this out. Damaging squadrons. A vehicle squadron don't have wounds or toughness. We have to allocate hits to them slightly different than the more conventional units. To do this, allocate individual hits rather than individual wounds, one at a time, to the closest people in the squadron.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Roll for armor against the correct facing.
So you do exactly the thing I was just saying you don't do.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you would just take it one at a time. So now, I mean, that is clutch.
That is clutch. That Land Raider is huge, and the Land Raider can really be a tank for the unit.
Especially if you got Azrael inside of it. Just vulnerable.
Only the unit with the Tech Marine in it has the +1 ballistic skill?
Yes.
I'd really love to make some Predators have +1 ballistic skill.
Well, now...
They get Monster Hunter and Tank Hunter, though, because they're all one big formation, right?
Yeah, the special rules are Monster Hunter and Tank Hunter, which technically the Predators already get.
Yeah, but now the Land Raider gets it. That's like the whole...
Yeah.
And you have it as long as one of you exists, though, right?
Correct.
It's not
just
like...
a special rule for the formation.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. That's kind of a cool...
Oh, yeah, because if you blow up a Predator, they lose it. So
they lose it as soon as you blow up one Predator in the current setup. So, yeah, that's a really good one. Juice, how would you take... What Land Raider would you take for +1 BS, and what Predators would you take with it?
So depending on, since I'm not hearing the fact that everybody has split fire, like I'm literally going to go against Night Titans and things like that. I'm going to go straight up Godhammer with the Twinling Last Cannons.
You just go Last Cannons and everything and just say...
Yep, yeah, and then what I'll do is, because I want to save points, I'll go Last Cannon Side Sponsons and then Auto Cannon.
Top turret?
Yep.
That's a good combo. Since you have Tank Hunter and Monster Hunter, that's a really good combo. And also, you might as well take that Multi-Melta, Multi-Melta on the Land Raider.
100%. Yeah, I always just build them in. Like, I don't even know why they just don't auto come with
Yeah, seriously.
You know what I mean? Like, you should just know. And I also, one gripe is, like, with that, with the Godhammer variant, man, like, I really wish that I could upgrade that stupid-ass heavy bolter to an assault cannon.
Dog.
Are you kidding me?
Cool. You do have Pilot Machine Spear, so you can send your BS5 Pilot Machine Spear Multi-Melta in one direction while you take everything else out with the Last Cannons.
Yep. Yeah, and then, I mean, because of that whole unit has got a lot of firepower, and a lot of it is twin-linked, or multiple shots, like, kind of the equivalent for shooting down fire and stuff. Yeah, Azrael and the Land Raider.
With the Tech Marine? Giving that tanking for the unit with 4 invulnerables, armor 14.
And remember, too, he can fix the stuff.
Oh my God!
That's what I said in the beginning. It's like, throw him up in there. Let him tank with all that, and then to have a Tech Marine in there and fixing up hull points. Like, this could be a unit now. And if we're not mistaken, like, you can get all this as a fire base for kind of cheap. I mean, we're talking under 600 points, under 700 points.
Yeah, I mean, Predators went down in points.
What are Predators, like 70 points base, and then the last gunners are like 25?
75 and...
75 for 2 sets of or 75 points?
40.
So 115 for that type of Predator, and that Land Raider is what, like 245 or 250?
Oh, well, if you want the last cannons on the top, it's another 25.
No, we don't put the last cannons on the top.
Okay.
So how many points does the God Land Raider?
With the multi-melts, I think it's like 245, 250 in there.
So we're like literally right at 600 points for these vehicles.
260.
So yeah, you're like right at 600. And that's a pretty impressive unit that can really cut some avenues off. And you could just really abuse that Land Raider 4-inch squadron roll.
Yep, so now on top of that, you ready for this? We're going to put Azrael in there, and then we're going to put a 5-man scout squad. So now it's objective secured.
It's objective secured.
So is the entire squadron, is the Predator over there that's part of the squadron, and now are we saying this whole thing is objective secured?
That's an interesting point. I think that just the transport itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's really weird though.
Like, but I mean, you're talking about I can have in the Super Friends.
You're right. Like use an infantry unit as an example. I can literally take a Chapter Master, a Iron Priest, a Wolf Lord, Kaldor Drago, Marnius Calgar. I can join those guys to the sole survivor of a scout squad.
String them out.
String them out. So just Marnius Calgar is touching the objective, and it's objective secure.
Yeah.
Why can't I do that with this squadron?
Yeah. I would have to. I would immediately have to say, like, if I'm like with a judge and I'm trying to go in, I'm like, that's my point.
That's the example.
Yeah, and furthermore, it's saying that because of how I would bring up how you destroy this unit as a bonus for me, saying, look, you have to do unit by unit. Each one of these matters. You know what I mean? Like, I think it could happen. That could be clutch. Like, you could build a mini.
It's hard not. It's hard to say that they don't get to do that when infantry gets to do that.
Correct.
That's the main thing. I was like, I can see the argument either way, but like, I would have to just be fair and ruling and say, well, Kaldar Dragar, Marnus Kalgar, and 6 Iron Priests attached to 1 scout can do it. Why can't
Yes, you're telling me 1 scout in the back, and then you string 4 tech priests or 4 iron priests with 4 cyber wolves each, 2 inches apart, can reach an objective. The cyber wolf, 50 inches away. So yeah, I like it. We could have found
a
something
unit with this special rule. Yeah, controls objectives.
A unit with this special rule. So like, you have a unit which is comprised of your vehicle squadron's a unit, and within that unit, the special objective secure exists. So that unit does have the objective secure special rule by that wording.
I mean, that's what they say a unit is. A unit can be 1 model, or a unit can be a group.
The squadron is a unit. Like, and this unit has the objective secure special rule.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Clutch.
Yo, I might be building something.
Heard that.
Predators are good again. You heard it here first, folks.
Predators got good.
Oh man, we are about out of time. You guys got anything else?
No, I just want a big shout out to everybody who tuned in, and make sure you check us tomorrow for the webcast or podcast.
Podcast.
By the time the regular world hears this.
That's right.
That's true. I notice it goes up sometimes at like 2 in the morning. I was like, Kenny hasn't gone to sleep yet.
Well, sometimes I don't go to sleep till 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited actually to jump it because, as everyone knows, we use this to work out the kinks for the podcast.
Yep.
The most exciting Q&As. Our resident minutes taker, our company stenographer, a.k.a. Juice, he's been taking the notes.
Yep.
Can't even tell. Look at him. He's
home stenographer. Yep.
Bringing in the heat so that we can come to you guys with the most professionalism possible. And we stay up all night. We get this thing cut so it can go out tomorrow. And you guys have been super influential. Also want to do a quick correction. I said the word hobosexual. I want you guys to know I did not say homosexual in a negative connotation. I said hobosexual. And for everyone out there who doesn't know what that is someone who only has sex with homeless people. It's a real thing. And it is plaguing the cities of all
Yep.
All right. Well, good webcast, guys. So I think that's about it for this one. Make sure you head on over to the longwar.net and become a veteran of the Long War tonight. Good night, everybody.